Welcome to a very special episode.
Very
Special episode of
John.
Hell If We Know podcast. I'm Brian Blaney. This is Chris Norton, and we're going to come at you and talk about week 6, was it? Week 6 of the college football season. And then we'll do a preview of week 7 as well. So we're going to get right into it. Let's just talk about the Penn State UCLA game. I mean, I don't know about you, but looking on X and Instagram and Facebook and all the social medias, they're really hard on James Franklin. Do you think it's too much?
I do. I really liked UCLA in this game anyway.
Yeah.
Going in.
Right.
I thought they were in a good spot. They fired their coach.
Yep.
Which is a
Yep.
plus.
Right.
Nico you could see him turn the corner.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
He was turning the corner. You had to like how he was going to play in this game. You could just see it on the horizon. Maybe for casual fans, they didn't see it.
Right.
But for me, I had seen Nico
You've seen
years
that
before.
before.
I've seen
Right,
enough to know that
Yeah.
he was going to turn a corner and he was going to play
100%.
really, really well.
Right.
So I loved UCLA in this spot.
Right.
It didn't surprise me they won. I only wish I would have bet some money on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But,
Absolutely.
Um,
Yeah, if we were betting Big Ten
Yeah.
home games, we'd been in good shape.
yeah, for sure. Absolutely. But yeah, being hard on James Franklin, absolutely. Take it easy on the guy. You should probably think about going ahead and doing an extension
I think so.
if you're the AD at Penn State.
Yeah.
Because, I know you're 4 and whatever in these games, but those are tough teams to beat.
Seriously, right? 4-21, but like
Yeah.
they're playing Ohio State and Michigan
Right.
and Alabama and Notre
It's
Dame.
not like they're losing to 0-4 teams
No, they never lost to a 0-4
Until now.
That's never
until now.
until now, right? You had won 34, straight games against
Right.
top 25 teams.
Yes,
But that happens sometimes, right? I mean,
it's completely normal.
acceptable.
Completely.
And hell, UCLA, their offensive coordinator walked out the door and said, "I'm done." A few days before,
Right.
Joffrey Neuheisel took over coordinator. So
Which
if
is
you're-
another positive.
if you're Jim Knowles, you get paid $3.2 million. How are you going to know how to come up with a scheme against an offense that you don't even know what they're going to do?
You can't.
You can't.
So
So
much to ask.
I don't know. I think this Penn State fans need to be more realistic and just give Franklin some time. I mean, sometimes it takes 20, 25 years before you get to where, you're winning titles, right? NIL or not.
Right.
So,
Doesn't matter. None of that matters.
no, exactly.
NIL's overrated.
Yes. Right.
Recruiting's a little overrated. Let's just be honest.
Yes.
And so I think he's doing a great job. I think Penn State fans, like you said, need to give him a little bit more time.
Just be
And
patient.
by a little bit, I mean a decade.
Yes.
And
Please, yeah.
go ahead and just let him get his people in there.
Yep.
Right.
Right.
Let him
His
get
recruits, his coaches,
let him do
his
his
support
thing.
staff.
Absolutely.
Right.
And just let the guy cook a little bit. Let him cook. Let the man cook.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
He's
So,
got the weapons. He
Let
can
him
do
cook
it.
like Walter White cooks.
Absolutely. Exactly. Right.
So,
Right. Right. He has lots of sharp knives.
and it'll turn out way better than Walter White's story did.
Oh,
for sure.
absolutely.
I'm confident.
Absolutely. Yeah. He won't end up in prison or dead.
No.
So that's good already.
Yes, for sure. So, yeah, just I said I loved UCLA going in. Didn't surprise me they won.
No.
Didn't surprise me they dominated. Penn State is still a very, very good team.
But they got their goals in front of them still, right?
Everything's still in front of them.
Right.
They're staring 10-2 right in the face.
Absolutely. Right.
Especially with the caliber of coach they have in James Franklin, and the way Drew Allen throws the football.
Yes.
You got to
absolutely.
love where they're at. Right
I
now. You
love
do.
their offensive line, how it's
Yes.
playing well.
Yep.
They keep giving Nick Singleton the most carries. He's certainly the better of him and Katron Allen. I'm confident they'll turn it around.
They roll.
They're rolling.
rollers, yeah.
We're talking about a elite program that might end up in make a run in the playoffs.
You never know.
Yeah.
I mean, at least a Citrus Bowl. is on
Absolutely.
the
Yes.
table.
Absolutely.
They can make
100%.
Citrus Bowl.
That's absolutely on the table.
And if you're Penn State, that's a huge thing. If
Absolutely.
you're Penn State,
We're going
it's
to Florida from Pennsylvania in January.
right.
Right.
You get to leave state college, and go play in Orlando.
Right. This is a joke.
Love
Right.
that if you're Penn State
Right.
fans.
Vegas missed this one. They were 24.5-point underdogs. UCLA was. Sometimes they miss them. They get them most of the time, but this one they just missed.
Yeah, we've seen it a mile away though.
100%.
We've seen it a mile away.
Right.
So
Well, what other games did we cover? Let's see, the Bama Vanderbilt. That game was a joke. I don't know how Bama's clearly just paid the refs off. That's the short and long of it, isn't it?
for sure,
30-14 final. It was 14 all at halftime, and then Vanderbilt didn't score, I mean, there were so many holding calls not called, and the interceptions and fumbles that should have been overturned.
For
I
sure.
just
He was the fumble pop he had on the 8.
yeah,
He's clearly down in that play.
absolutely.
Clearly down. Why they don't take a look at that and overrule that, I do not know.
Just I don't
Because Vandy's clearly the better team.
absolutely.
Clearly.
They've been a better program for better part of a decade
A
at this
while
point, right?
now.
I mean,
Sure.
yeah,
Yeah. Since Clark Lee got there, they've ascended in their
right.
I don't know how they wasn't favored going into that game.
That's
be
still.
honest.
I don't care if it's a Tuscaloosa or not.
Yeah,
They've been
doesn't
playing. They're a good football program.
They could have played that game on the moon. I'm picking Vandy.
Absolutely. Right.
So
100%. All right. Well, another game. Let's see. What was the other game? Oh, Florida, Texas. That was a game that was, well, um, Florida wins 29-28. Lagway played pretty well, but I don't know. I saw enough of Arch Manning. I don't know about you. We watched this together, but I feel like I saw enough. He's turned that corner, and I feel like the Heisman hype that was early on for him, it should be ratcheted back up a notch. Just turn that dial up because he is on his way to be in New York.
well, if he's not the favorite to win the Heisman, I don't know who is.
Right.
I don't know if these voters are watching for sure.
Best quarterback in the country right now?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You could make an argument for, other guys, especially,
Maybe Drew Aller. Did you put him up there?
he's up there too.
Yeah. Right.
He'll probably be in New York. I could see him being
Yep,
in New York
yep,
as well with,
yep.
with Arch. Texas, they turned the corner now. They go in the swamp, and that's another one you could point to the refs.
Absolutely.
Yes. They're 3 of 11 on third down, which is very respectable.
That's absolutely.
That
yeah.
you should win.
They win a lot of games if we go 3 of 11.
You really should. So how they didn't win this game, I don't know. Some of the Dallas Wilson for the freshman for
Yes,
Florida
right.
clearly gets away with passing offensive pass
Abs-
interference.
Yep. I saw 2 or 3 just, we were flipping back and
Yeah.
forth watching different games. We saw 2 or 3 easily.
And I'm not just saying this about Florida because I'm a Tennessee fan.
Right.
I really mean this from the bottom of my heart. I really think Texas got the raw end of the deal here.
Yes.
And you got to love Sark. You got to love the play calling.
100%. Absolutely.
You got to love the way Texas offensive line's playing.
Right.
Florida only had 5 sacks, 6
Yeah,
sacks in the
6, I
game,
think it
6
was, yeah.
sacks. 3 of those are probably personal fouls that they just didn't call.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
At least 3 of them.
Yes.
So
100%. No, that's Florida played pretty well. I'll give them that. I'll give them that a little bit of credit, but they're not a good football program right now. We know Texas is still number 1, as far as I'm concerned.
they should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I had an AP vote, I don't, but I should. And as we know, that let's just say something real quick too that I've seen a lot on TikTok about the AP polls and AP
Mhm.
voters not knowing what they're talking about. I think that's complete rubbish. I think they are right in line
Yeah,
with exactly how college football is going and how these teams are.
absolutely.
I really do. If I had to vote, it'd be Texas 1, Penn State 2.
Yep, absolutely. Like they've shown enough that they are talented enough that
Yep.
they could still be 1 and 2. Like forget the 2 losses each. Like
Losses doesn't matter.
doesn't
It's
matter.
playoff.
They don't have any Power 4 wins. Neither one of them.
Nope.
It's fine. We saw enough when Penn State was beating up on Villanova and Nevada, and Texas beating up on whatever North Texas
And
State,
New Mexico State.
Weldon
Right.
School, whatever it was. If you're a Texas fan and a Penn State fan, you have to still feel pretty good because again, all your goals are ahead of you right now, and you have a Heisman-worthy quarterback play, and if that continues, then that's huge for their NIL, which is we think it's a little overrated, but some people think it's not. That's if you're a Texas fan, just don't sell your tickets that you bought for the title game or your hotel or stuff
Keep
like
those.
that. Keep those. You're going to need those.
Yep.
Absolutely. So
Yeah, cash in those miles wherever they're going to play their bowl games.
yes,
Especially if they're going to be in the playoff. I don't see them losing the rest of the year.
I'd
I
be
don't.
surprised.
I would be.
Let's look
shocked.
at Texas's schedule here quick, just so we got an idea.
It's really easy.
I don't think it's that big a deal. So this weekend they play Red River, right?
Okay.
Red River
W.
Let's see, at Kentucky,
W.
double digits. At Mississippi State,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Vanderbilt at home.
Oh, Diego Pavia.
It depends if Vandy gets some calls.
Right. Yeah, and we go ahead and mark off that Kentucky win. We don't even know about that.
That's
to be honest. Mark Stoops got that program
That's a good point.
rolling.
That's a good point.
Or rolling.
Yeah, we're giving the benefit of the doubt. It's
Right.
a road game in the SEC
They're
too.
so fundamentally sound.
Yeah.
And got great ball players.
Then they go at Georgia. That's a coin flip at worst, right?
Right, for sure.
Right.
Yep.
They get Arkansas, big W, and then they get A&M at home on on the couple days after Thanksgiving, which A&M's played fine. They're okay. They're a mediocre football team, I think, at this point, but
Marcel Reed's
he's all right.
below
He's
average.
a nice athlete.
Craver, I mean, maybe he was good in high school. Maybe.
Right.
He might have been good.
Yeah, he might be. Yeah, he'd probably be.
I don't think his game translates to college very well myself.
It's certainly not the next level.
Man's opinion, for sure.
Absolutely. So, okay, well, the last game we need to talk about, which it was the marquee game of the weekend, right? Is Florida State, Miami. Florida State loses to Miami 28-22. This game was not as a big of a blow as it looked. If it ends by the final score, 28-22. Now, Miami was up, 28-3 at one point, but that was to start the fourth quarter. But then touchdown, field goal. Like Florida State just needed about another quarter, and they probably would win that game.
If football games are 5 quarters, FSU wins that ball game.
It's probably going away.
Easy. No doubt in my mind.
Right.
It's almost like they came in and they were like, Miami's our school in Florida with us. Let's spot them a few possessions and a few scores, and then we'll get rolling.
Yeah.
And really get into this game and start going. And then they just didn't realize they were going to run out of time.
I think they overlooked Miami. I think they looked at this a trap game.
Think it very well could have been a trap.
Virginia beat them twice.
Yes.
And it's a trap game because they're looking ahead to Syracuse in a few weeks.
For sure. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. They were so not in that ball game as far as emotionally.
Absolutely.
And I mean, that's understandable for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Mike Norvell, who's doing a fantastic job.
Let's talk about another guy needs a statue out front.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
They need to be named streets, statues. The airboat rides through the Everglades need to be named after him.
Right.
So all of that needs to be happening for Mike Norvell. Yeah. So, but yeah, Miami, they ho-hum their way. They play well. Not ho-hum. I think Miami probably played over their heads quite a bit.
Absolutely. This is not a team that they can't sustain that. There's no way.
They don't have any skill guys to scare you.
No. Like freshmen, whatever.
Yeah, overrated.
Tony.
Michael Irvin over there going crazy. He don't even know anything about football.
No, seriously.
He's only there because he's a Miami grad.
Absolutely, yeah.
And the tutors got him out of Miami.
Absolutely.
So
that part's really true.
He did that. Sure, it's true.
Yeah.
And he was okay in NFL.
Yeah. He's a clown.
An okay NFL player. I think you want a ring, but that's because Emmitt Smith.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So
and Jerry Jones.
Yeah, Jerry Jones, who is an excellent owner. Let's go ahead and get that. Dallas Cowboy fans, I know you get hated on. Hold your heads high, guys. You got Jerry Jones turning this around.
Absolutely.
And Dallas.
You had him for what, 30, 40 years now. I mean,
Jerry Jones would get my vote.
Even Steven.
He would get my vote to run the NCAA and NFL.
Oh, absolutely. He
and make all the decisions.
Yes, absolutely.
That would make that product so much better.
They would, and he's done a great job of. I know we're getting off topic a little bit because we don't really cover NFL, but this is important. He does a great job of hiring his children and other family members to help him out.
For sure.
And I think that's going a long way to making that Cowboys organization just steady Freddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I apologize. I said Florida State was overlooking Miami for the Syracuse game. I meant they're actually at Stanford. They want to get Stanford again.
Stanford.
I forgot it. Yeah. So.
That's a hornet's nest out there.
Seriously.
Palo Alto.
Oh. Who wants to play out there? Ever since Jim revived that program,
they have been on the upswing,
right?
For sure,
absolutely.
You don't just waltz into Sanford Stadium,
no,
and play the Cardinal and walk out and win.
Absolutely not.
And they had a running back. Who was it once upon a time?
Gerhart,
Toby Gerhart,
yeah.
Right? I mean, so when you produce,
that's only been 15 years ago, 12, 13 years ago.
Okay.
So what?
Yeah, that translates.
Still translates, right?
That's running back you out there.
Still got that momentum from
yes. Running back you. Right. They have all kinds of skill players. That's a scary matchup for Miami and so for Florida State. So you got to figure that's something that they just let's get this game over with Miami. Let's really concentrate and get our game plan ready for going out.
Absolutely,
for sure,
100%. So Norvell, just another great. They almost just accidentally won, which they've been fine with it, obviously, right? Florida State.
I mean, if you win, it's fine. It's whatever. It's not everything. Winning's not everything.
No, it's not.
Do you try?
100%.
Trying is way more important.
I saw guys blocking and tackling.
Yeah.
Most of the time, and that's all you can ask as a coach.
they had each other's back on the sideline when a bad play would happen.
Yes, they did, didn't they?
And yep, and
Right.
so
That was just passion.
it was such so much. It's good to see them all together.
Yeah.
And who really the winning thing? I said winning's not everything.
No, it's not.
It's
Absolutely.
that you get out there and you do your best. Do your best.
100%. Do that in life, folks. Do that in life. The last game, we've talked on for just 30 seconds. Ohio State 42, Minnesota 3. Minnesota goes up 3-0, and Ohio State basically lucks into 42 straight points.
Well, when you're playing against 11 people,
Yes,
plus 4 or 5 referees.
that's a good point, right? And it just snowballed from there, right? I mean, like, Jeremiah Smith just pushes off every play. I mean, he's some most overrated player. You know, if you're talking about top wide receivers, I'm going with Brazel's easily number one. I think this kid at Michigan, if he stops dropping the ball, Samaj Morgan, if he stopped dropping the ball 4 or 5 times a game, he'd be right there too. I think.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, UT. I'm not being a Tennessee fan. They probably have 5 better wide receivers on the roster than Jeremiah Smith.
Oh, I believe that. Yeah, absolutely.
They really do.
We're not talking about Carnell Tate, who's just shouldn't even be playing this level.
He's okay.
He should be at like SIU Carbondale, something like that.
Yeah. He got out well from what I heard is when he got out of high school, he knew his dad knew one of the electricians that worked on the lighting at the Horseshoe.
Okay.
And then he was able to get him on the team.
Oh, okay. So this is
so this is like my dad knows somebody that works on the lighting, so let's go ahead and get him a scholarship.
Right.
That's how it got.
I saw him make like 2 incredible catches. Like, big deal, dude. Everyone does that.
Yeah,
no big deal.
I go out the yard right now and do that.
Absolutely. Right. It's dark out.
It's dark. I don't need no lights.
I don't need no lights.
Lights are overrated. So,
all right. I think that concludes our what we'll call Bizarro.
Bizarro
takes from this last weekend. We're going to go ahead and reset and rewind, and we're going to do it differently. And you can decide whether you think we were right the first time or now. So we'll start back from the top. We're going to start with let's see here. Well, let's Penn State, UCLA. I don't know where there's not much. We could spend an hour talking about this, about James Franklin in particular. We just forget about UCLA. Like, they are what they are. Like, no coach, no D coordinator. O coordinator leaves 2 days before the game or something like that. So Joffrey takes over the O coordinator, Joffrey Neuheisel, and they came up with a game plan that was brilliant. Frankly, they said to themselves, "Look, we're going to go out and try to score early. If we get a score early, we're just going to go balls out." And they did. The onside kick, they're up 10-0 before Penn State even wakes up, basically. And I think at this point, it's over with James Franklin. Now, how they get out of this marriage, it's
what's his buyout?
$56 million. and short of him negotiating a slower buyout or something else, why would you do that, right? Seriously,
give me all my money.
Absolutely, all my money. I'll leave, no problem. Right. Yep. So they can't afford that with NIL stuff and finding another coach, because they can't go out and hire just anybody. They need a home run, right?
Yeah, if you want to get rid of Franklin, you have to.
Right. So this guy's. He is what it is. 4-21 speaks for itself. He had won 34 consecutive games against non-top 25 teams. That's over. So he's not even like big game James anymore. He's just like, he's a dud.
Regular James.
Yes. He's James from James's Body Shop in Norman, Oklahoma.
I was thinking, yeah, James who buys groceries down at the IGA. James, that's James he is. Yeah. Like I said, I don't know where you go from here. I don't know how you fire the guy and pay him that much money, knowing you're $100 million into it by the time you hire the next guy, buy him out.
Right.
And like you said, you're not going to get a coordinator.
No.
You got to get a coach.
Yes. Experienced one.
If you're going to get a coach, if you're going to go coach, you got to go a coach that's proven success. Those guys come with buyouts.
Right.
And then you got to hire the staff. And then you got to really pony up NIL, because now you got a lot of people, a lot of players on the team that may, adios.
I didn't sign up for this, right?
And so you got to come up with that. And so just so much, he's really got him by the short and curlies. He does.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know how you pull the trigger, but if you're Penn State fans, it'll be interesting to see how many people's at that game, who they got.
They played Northwestern this weekend.
That's at home in Happy Valley.
Home in Happy Valley, yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how many people were there for that game, because I don't know why do you show up for that game if you're a Penn State fan?
That's-
Unless you just got a kid that loves going to Penn State games.
That's the only thing, because is it worth it? I think it's a noon kick to go to a game, pay for parking, pay for any sort of concession. You're already out the ticket. You can sell those maybe.
Yeah.
Your time, not to mention that, especially if you don't live in State College, you're driving from a period of ways away. That's certainly not worth it.
It's a good weekend for games.
Yes.
We talked about it a little bit, not on here, but we talked about it is when you go to a college football game for the day, and it doesn't matter when the kick is. If it's 12, if it's 3, if it's 5, if it's 8, you don't see any football that day.
Mm-mm.
Not you might see a little bit at a tailgate if it's a later kick.
You'll catch glimpses here and there.
And you might catch the tail end of them once you get home.
Yes.
You don't know how far you're driving.
Right.
Unless you live in State College.
Right, exactly.
But if you're driving anywhere out of there a few hours, you don't see any football games.
Nope.
And it's going to be a hell of a weekend for football games.
Yes.
So do you really
Yes.
want to show up and watch that?
Right. No, I mean,
Miss all the good stuff.
absolutely not. No, it's that's for sure. Yeah. I don't know if UCLA can do any more than what they did. You know, like they should just go balls to the wall now. Like just let's let her rip.
Do you offer Neuheisel that job? If let's say he wins,
Yeah.
let's say he goes 4-8.
Which might be complicated.
Okay, maybe
Let's
yeah.
look
Well,
at
yeah.
their- let's look at their schedule.
Okay, yeah.
So they go to Michigan State this weekend, which is not,
Yes.
they're not looking great. I don't know
No.
if this is a scary game for them. They get Maryland at home. Maryland's a solid team, maybe. They go at Indiana. That's going to be an L. They get Nebraska at home, which, you know, they can get any
Probably,
pressure.
yeah.
Probably L, but, you know, at Ohio State, Jill.
Yeah.
And then they get a Washington team that is
Good, but no
they're
one
good,
knows
but
about
no, not worry about them really. I mean,
Yeah.
they should have got beat by Maryland. Then they go play at the Coliseum against USC. So,
Yeah.
Can they find 3 more wins in there? Possibly.
So assume you get this past Saturday's UCLA team.
Yeah.
The rest of the year. And we've talked about it before. You never get the same
No.
team twice. So let's assume though you get that UCLA the rest of the year. 3
Yeah,
3 wins.
think that's
2
fair.
out of that.
they're not winning against Indiana or Ohio State in the road, right? We can agree on that.
Okay.
You know, at Michigan State, at Maryland, Nebraska at home, and then Washington at home.
Yeah, you know.
If you squint, you can see a couple wins in there. If they play like they did just against
Yeah.
Penn State, certainly. If they do, let's say that they are able to do, they're not going to run the table, but they manage to squeak out 3 more wins. I think you have to seriously, if he seems like he's got it put together, because it's going to be a first time job for him too. I guess you take a shot. The last hire
Who
was a
else you got?
disaster. I don't know.
And who-
UCLA is not exactly like
No.
pumps a lot of money in the football
No.
program either. So is that
it's not a destination job.
no?
And it is going to be a job that might come open or will be open with a lot of other high major schools.
100%.
So
Right.
there's
You
that.
do not want that. You do not want Florida as a team, hypothetically, as a team that's looking
that
for a
could be
new coach as
determined on
well.
that, right?
Yeah, let alone like Virginia Tech. Hell, Virginia Tech. You know, Arkansas, exactly. So that's troublesome for them.
Maybe Wisconsin.
Again, it's a $25-30 million buyout, and Wisconsin's not exactly loaded with throwing NIL money, and they're maybe stuck for another year too. But it's clearly that's not working out. You know,
Yep. Maybe Kentucky's in there too.
Kentucky, absolutely. Yeah, Mark Stoops came out and said, "I ain't leaving."
Yeah. Oh no,
no one's going to fire you.
Nope. They're going to have to smoke him out of there. They pay him a lot of money.
Yes, right. So the list is of going to grab a good coach. They're not going to get an elite coach.
Nope.
It's not going to happen.
I bet they get a coordinator.
They'll go to coordinator. Yeah. I mean,
If you're a head coach, there can't be many high major jobs out there that are worse off than UCLA. You would jump ship and go to UCLA.
no, right. One name I've seen pop up a fair amount is Jed Fish at Washington. He'd be crazy to leave that. to
Absolutely
UCLA.
bonkers.
But he'll have
Way
better
too
support at
good.
Washington. They're playing well. You know, right?
100,000%.
So, whether you want to live in Seattle or LA, I guess those are the differences.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That the weather is the only thing that's better.
Yes.
Your roster's better. Your support staff's better. Your program health is better.
Yes. Your
fan support's better.
Your football field's not the 45-minute way drive from the campus.
Right. So besides 70, 75 and sunny all the time, there ain't anything better at UCLA.
No. And you're always going to play second fiddle to USC.
Yes.
And,
Yep.
that's a fact. And when Stanford's good, you're going to play second fiddle to them too.
And Chip Kelly failed at UCLA.
Yes, right, exactly. Right. That's a good
I
point.
mean, a guy that was elite at Oregon,
Absolutely elite at Oregon.
and he failed at UCLA.
Right.
That just shows you how hard it is. The days of UCLA being good, which has been a long damn time,
Right. It's been 30 years,
it's
basically.
going to be. Yeah, I think that's over. I think that's over.
Yeah. And then they're in the competition with, if they were still in the Pac-12, it is a little less than, but now they get up Michigan, Ohio State, they get Penn State usually,
Oregon,
Washington, they come with them. USC comes with them. So not only did they get to an easier conference, they went to a bigger conference with better teams than they were playing anyway. So UCLA, Minnesota, Purdue, teams like that, your ceiling is right where it's at right now. I don't see a lot of those programs able to compete.
I don't either.
Right? I mean, maybe even less than they did before. Because you're not going to be able to, anyone can stockpile any kind of talent, whether you're Alabama or Purdue, or those margins get razor thin at smaller schools like Purdue, who don't have the kind of money that Alabama's going to pump into. Ohio State's going to pump into the quarterback.
You're never going to be that.
No, never going to be that. So at that point, what's your goal? Well, try to win 9 games, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
Win all your non-conference games. Split your conference games, and see what that's maybe asking a lot. Minnesota's got to play Ohio State, and they got to play Penn State, they got to go to Oregon. Dude,
any coach that can go to UCLA and give you 8 wins a year is probably going to get a better job.
Absolutely, right? Yeah, seriously, right.
Because that's a coaching job. You go to UCLA and you're able to pump out 7-5, 8-4, 9-3 sometimes.
Yes,
depending on if you strike the rich on quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. You get the home run quarterback.
Yep. Yeah, that's the only reason why you get the 9-3.
Right, and the schedule's favorable.
Yeah.
You don't travel to the East Coast 3 times or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, that's just going to be difficult. I mean, that's going to be tough for them to ever compete at a high level.
Yeah,
that just is what it is. Okay, next game, Texas, Florida. That was a game that, hindsight looked pretty easy to pick that, right? Florida wins 29-21. They played pretty well.
Yeah, which is not good for everybody else.
No.
Well, it's not. It's not good. It's really good for people that are going to be looking for coaches, because Billy Napier is one thing just to show that Florida has to quit on Billy.
No, I think that was the most surprising thing this last 2 weeks, man.
For sure. But it's not good for everyone else because Florida has talent to be good.
Yes, they do.
The rosters can be very dangerous.
Absolutely.
They just look like they was square peg round hole kind of deal. So, but Lightweight's good. Dallas Wilson's amazing.
He's going to be stud. He's already good. He's already good. What are you talking about?
They're already good on defense. They built defense all year.
Absolutely.
They did a good job against Miami. Everyone they played, the defense has not been the reason they lost.
Nope, none of them. No, they've come up with stops, forced turnovers.
They've done their part.
Absolutely, they have, more so than they have in the last several years under Napier. I think there's been times like that, so undisciplined, they don't tackle well. They've turned the corner this year, and now the trouble is the offense is not very complimentary at this point, and it was enough against Texas, which that's a whole nother thing to get into the Texas thing. I don't, they're not as bad as Penn State, but I don't know what more you can expect of Texas this year. I think that's it. This is
not until you get better. Do you pull the trigger and take Arch out?
It's hard. I mean, it's hard because he's the golden child, right? He's a Manning. He's been there. This is his 3rd year. He's not a young quarterback, by the way. NIL's big thing, they want him to succeed because he has the arm talent and he can run, but
you can do everything except
years, man. He's ain't processing it, right? I mean, he may even be able to read the coverage, but he's always a clicker so late throwing the ball, getting rid of the ball, because there's guys open. I know that those guys are open. We're seeing those guys on the all-22. They're wide open sometimes, right?
Right.
David, what's it again? Ryan Wingo he can get open, no problem, by himself, him alone. And Arch is just taking too long to throw the ball.
How many times did you see him bring that football up like he was going to throw it? And he did everything but throw it. Had his head right, his arms up.
Yeah.
He's getting ready to go into his motion. He just don't pull the trigger.
Right.
And he just sees it, but he don't throw it.
It's so funny because when he had to come off late because the helmet popped off. They bring Caldwell in. He fires a 25-yard pass, just like no big deal. Like, I know it's a different defense, different circumstances, but he saw the guy open, he threw the ball.
Yeah.
Like, don't go crazy. You don't have to read every level every time. Just take your best shot right then and there. So, maybe he still figures it out, but it ain't going to be against Oklahoma Red River this weekend.
No, I'm talking about defense. Hello.
Yeah, you thought Florida's defense was tough.
Yeah, that's a whole different. There's a whole different type of unit there. And from what we read today, and we just not long ago, was Mateer's wanting to play.
Yes.
And so that's really, and we'll see. I think it's early for him. I would myself be surprised if he ran it. And if you're Venables, you don't spend him on this game. Considering you're undefeated, ranked number 5. You play the long game with his health. You give him another week or 2 and get him ready for that LSU game.
They got a long big stretch.
Yeah, they got a murder throw. Yeah, they come to Knoxville.
Right.
So there's just way bigger fish to fry now. If you're Oklahoma, than getting to Texas. When you want to step it's
the Red River. If it wasn't Red River, it'd be easier to say.
But the thing is, you bring him back early, you risk him for the year at that point.
Right.
So when those Texas defensive linemen or linebackers puts the hat right on his hand, he's going to run the ball.
They're going to run the ball. Because he can do that. He's great running the ball.
He's right-handed.
Yeah, exactly.
So if somebody puts a helmet right on that hand that's already been surgically worked on, now when you could have been another couple weeks and then get him back the rest of the year, now you've lost him for the year. And that you might win the battle, but you lose the war.
Absolutely. Right. Yeah, you have too much more. If Venables wasn't, getting that Michigan win and playing well thus far has helped him. Like, the seat is cooling off a little bit. He's probably thinking, I really need to win Red River to make it go ice cold. But even if they drop that one, if they can make a run with Mateer healthy, it'll be all right. That's just it. So it's like
rolling the dice, running him out there this early.
Because if you can't throw the ball, you're going to become one-dimensional and very predictable.
Yeah, if it's his left hand, no one worries about it. Hell, he'd probably already be playing if it was his left hand.
Right.
Wrap it up or bandage it or club it, whatever.
Right. Yeah, because you could run him as a +1.
Yeah.
As a quarterback. But if there's no ability for him to throw the ball down the field, then you're going to have 11 guys in the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would, but talking about that is. If I was Venables, I wouldn't run him out there. Wouldn't, but that's why he makes.
That's right.
$5 million a year.
Right. So
that call.
Art's struggle with the Florida defense is really good. Not only defense is like just talented for Oklahoma, but Venables is going to throw kind of looks at him. You think you're confused? What wouldn't throw the ball? Covered 2 here. You got man here.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't flips whenever the ball snaps.
Right. And you got those defensive linemen breathing down your neck.
Yeah.
Our offensive line has not been good. Florida got 6 sacks.
Yes, right. That's a big. That's a lot of sacks. And you got another defensive line that's even better.
Yes, another step up from those guys.
I ain't afraid to bring pressure.
Run for 52 yards. That one getting 37. That's Arch.
That's exactly right. They can't run the ball.
Yeah,
right. Wisner had 11 carries or 11 yards, 15 yards.
Right.
Like that.
Yes,
that's how it work. So both teams. Florida certainly looking better. The problem for Florida and Billy Napier in particular is Texas may have been the easiest game they've had. The rest.
Well, this Florida team should be 4-1.
Yes, they should. Yeah,
they should be 4-1 and looking at this second half of the season, which is a murderer's row. You're going to pull it up.
Yep.
Looking at it way different. Of can we get this last 6 going here and get out of here 4-2 and be 9-3, or maybe only drop 1 depending on what it is.
Right.
Now you're staring down the barrel of maybe 8-4.
You're 2-3 right now.
Yeah.
And you have this weekend at A&M.
Yeah, at A&M.
At A&M. Mississippi State at home.
Okay, you can win that.
Georgia at home.
It's in Jacksonville, but
it's in Jacksonville. Right. That's a cocktail party. Let's see. At Kentucky, winnable.
All right.
At Ole Miss, have fun.
Okay.
Tennessee at home.
No, since 2003 they beat us down there.
Yes, right.
Count that as a win. There's 3.
He's a little jaded for sure.
Yes, he is.
And then they get Florida State at home, which is certainly a winnable game.
For sure, at home.
Absolutely.
Okay, so there's 4.
Yeah.
And they're 2-3. That's 6. That's 6-3.
6.
So if you lose the other ones, you're 6-6.
Yeah. Right.
Where you landed.
And is that enough for this?
Not what they were coming in. People picking them.
Yeah. That losing that USF game was tough, man. The way they lost it and just losing in general. They were pitiful against LSU. Lagway throws 5 interceptions. Miami's their, you could tell me number one team in the country, and I'd like, hey, I can argue with that.
Nope, I'm not good.
So they have their work cut for them. Going to A&M is going to be, that place is loud, and it's 6:00 local time, so have fun with that.
Dealing with Marcel Reed and Craver and Moss, and that's tough. And that A&M defense gets after you.
Yes.
So, that's a tall order to go in there and win.
That's a lot to ask. But you said, the point for Florida fans, I guess, at least you're seeing them compete, right? And they're playing hard. They're not just mailing in. Like I thought they would. I said he wouldn't even make it to October.
Yeah, it would have been real easy to, considering the way the circle and drain as far as this season goes. Right. So, I wouldn't have blamed them for going ahead and mailing it in, and
why would you, right?
Barely playing and getting out of there healthy and hitting the portal if you want to, or hitting the NFL.
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Well, speaking of Florida State, they take an L to Miami, 28-22. You said to me yesterday that Florida State lost to Virginia twice. I think that's partly true. Although Miami is really good. This game was score is not really indicative of how the game went. Miami 28-22, but they're up 28-3 at the start of fourth quarter. As far as team stats go,
Florida State had 497 yards.
Yeah, right, exactly. So Florida State had 400 total yards. Miami only had 330. Difference is Florida State had 3 turnovers.
Yep. Was all 3 of those touchdowns? I know 2 of them was.
That's a good question. Yeah. They may have all led to it. So that Miami capitalized on, like they're like you said, they can't run the ball very well. They only ran for 3.2 per carry. But Beck was 20-27, 241 yards.
Yeah, you're throwing it like that.
That's you can and with that defense.
Yeah.
Ohio State probably has the best defense in the country, but Miami beat you 1A.
What a difference.
If
you'd have said last year, halfway through the year, 3/4 way through the year, when everyone's scoring on them, that next year they're going to have a top 3 defense in the country, maybe you can make it, and you'll be able to definitely top 3.
Yeah,
you can make an argument for the best one, and I'd have told you
absolutely
crazy, or I'd have told you the Miami Boosters have dropped millions of dollars
right
on that side of the ball,
and that's it. I mean, that and some coaching, right? I mean, Cristobal's a good coach, right? I think he's good. Yep. He did well at Oregon. He's doing okay at Miami, like showing what they can be now with really, they had great competent quarterback play last year, but now they have a complementary defense to go with it. That wasn't missing last year.
I could see Miami. Neither one surprises me.
Yeah.
Okay, let me do this. Which one do you think's more likely? They win the ACC, go out second round of the playoff, or lose in the ACC championship game and get to the national championship game?
I just don't see who's going to give them who's going to play them up to their level at all in any ACC championship game. Who's going to be? Clemson?
No.
Georgia Tech? We'll walk all over them. They're not talented enough.
No, they're not.
So,
and King can't carry them.
No, exactly. Right. So when I think about that, I'm going to say the former, because once Miami gets into, they run up against Ohio State or Alabama, someone can D up, or Oklahoma. Right. Then now we're talking, okay, right?
Yeah, a second round match, Miami versus Oklahoma,
right,
in Atlanta or
with
something.
A healthy material.
Yeah, with a healthy material is very dangerous for Miami.
Yes,
that's for sure. And then Oklahoma could be a 10-2 and
yeah, absolutely,
host the game and then play Miami second round. That could easily happen.
Absolutely.
Sure. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah.
All right. Florida State, just that you should be happy you got that Bama win, because if you went out, all right, you're 10-2. Can you get in the playoff? Maybe.
With the Bama win,
that helps.
The only thing.
So
the 10-2s.
What if Notre Dame goes 10-2? They went out.
Yeah.
Both 2 teams are 10-2. What's Notre Dame's signature win though?
Well, they won't have one.
USC maybe.
USC, but that's USC goes Illinois and gets beat. It depends on. So the committee's weird. depends on what they take into consideration. Some committee members look at who have you lost to more than who you beat.
Sure.
Some committee members look at what your quality wins more than what your losses are.
Sure.
And if they see 2 wins equal, then they start looking at losses,
Right.
or vice versa,
Right.
whatever. Notre Dame will not have a better win than FSU over Alabama, because Alabama's probably 9-3.
Oh yeah.
Right,
Agreed.
most
Yes,
likely.
most certainly, yes.
Having lost one right now, they may catch another L, two at the most.
Absolutely.
At the
I
very
got to go to Mizzou this weekend. That's
Yeah,
a tough one.
that could be. We'll talk about that
Yeah.
on the preview.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean that FSU win, that Bama win for FSU may prove very, 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 very vital.
Yes, absolutely.
And when it comes to the playoff committee choosing
100%.
what 10-2, because it could line up. There's a lot of 10-2s, and somebody's
Right.
got to get left out.
And also, who's playing well late? Who's healthy? Obviously, Florida State found out, if you're not healthy, then you don't get to
Yep.
go.
And the funny thing about FSU Miami now, the hard games are over. As far as the ranked games are all over.
They're done.
Neither team has a ranked team left on their schedule,
Including Miami playing Clemson, or Florida State playing Clemson.
Yeah.
Clemson's not very
Clemson's
good.
out, right? Yeah, they're not ranked anymore. So yeah, that Bama win may prove the golden ticket to get them in the playoff. Could very well do that.
If nothing else, when they look back at that Virginia game or that L, they're going to be hating themselves, because that may be the difference of them getting the playoff and not.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a bad loss, unless Virginia goes on a run, and which they did win again, but I don't anticipate they're going to.
3-4.
Yeah, I mean they're an 8-4 team, right?
Yeah, in the ACC, that's not great.
No, that's exactly right. Exactly. What other games we want to talk about? Georgia rolls. Iowa State gets upset by Cincinnati. That's not terribly surprising, really.
No, called that. We said that was dangerous.
It was a dangerous game.
Iowa State. That was Dan Campbell, but or Matt Campbell.
Yeah,
Matt Campbell. Dan Campbell's at the Lions.
Yes, right. Yeah.
So, are they related?
I don't know. Good question.
I wonder if they're related to each other at all.
Good meatheads.
Yeah, right. But yeah, Matt Campbell, which is, and I would say it's going to be just fine. But yeah, that's not a bad loss by any stretch, for sure.
100%. Notre Dame Illinois takes care of Purdue 43-27. The only number that worries me there, if the Illinois fan, Purdue scoring 27 points. That's a lot of points for a pretty poor football team right now.
And they got rolling in this week.
They got a team from Columbus, Ohio.
Oh.
Ohio. That'd be better for the Georgians. Yeah. So we'll cover that in the preview, but Illinois just got to state this maybe an L this coming weekend, but they took care of business. They beat Purdue. They gave a lot of points to USC the week before. They win that game though too. So their secondary is just struggling a little bit, right? They're not good. So I think that might be the difference.
Score people now.
Yes, right. Which Altmaier threw for 400 yards. So
if you get the USC Altmaier, they can do that for sure.
Yep. The one game that we are happy in some ways went this way. Alabama 30-14. You would love to see Vanderbilt knock them off for the second time in the year, but for our gambling picks, this was a better outcome.
Yes, for sure. and also to a lot of people hating on Diego Pavia, and rightfully so, he's running his mouth a lot.
Yes,
but he's brought attention to Vanderbilt. I mean, you had game day at Alabama for Vanderbilt.
Right. Yes,
first time since 1985 they've had a game day.
40 years.
40 years. So that's hats off to him, because he's a good ball player. But Vanderbilt is what they are.
Yeah,
they're destined for 8-4.
Right.
Which
8
wins, 9 wins in the SEC for Vanderbilt got James Franklin the Penn State job.
That's true. Which means Clark Lee's not there for long.
Right, for sure. Vanderbilt fans don't get used to Clark Lee on the sideline. He's passing through.
Just enjoy what you got, because it's temporary. He's going to take he could. I'm not sure the UCLA job would be a better job.
No,
real job. And they have similar resources, but I'm not sure if that's even true. And then so Michigan plays well enough to take care of Wisconsin 24-10. Didn't look, they had some head scratching offensive plays and play calling in general, which is easy to say as a armchair quarterback, but they're not. Although I will say Underwood made some strides. He's reading coverages better. He's dropping the ball down to his outlet pass when there's not a guy down the field open on levels, and he's made some back shoulder throws and some jump ball throw. Like, dude, that's the one thing Chip Kelly bring into it, or not Chip Kelly, coordinator. Anyway, for Michigan, he's letting him throw the ball down the field a little bit. It's always to the sideline. It's very safe. They're not using the middle field, but he's like throwing back shoulders. Throw the jump ball to your 6'5" wide receiver. Like he's probably gonna go get the ball and get a DPI at this level, right? There's not enough elite cornerbacks in this level, right? So take a shot. So they get to go to USC this weekend, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, absolutely. See, balls are idle. Texas A&M took care of Mississippi State. Not terribly surprising,
No, I figured Mississippi State would put up a little bit better of a fight, but they are what they are. They can't stop the run. A&M had a couple hundred yards of rushing.
300 yards.
300 yards, yeah. It's only 100 up. So 300 yards of rushing. Reed is fantastic. Raver's fantastic. The defense is really good. They just got after Strader for Mississippi State.
Yeah,
and
they're limited.
Their tackles are not good.
Right. Well,
UP had 5 sacks, 11 tackles for loss when they played them. So it's just they're okay. They're Mississippi State is way better than they were last year.
100%.
They're just still not good enough to go win a game like that.
They don't have the talent to go in,
not yet.
No, not at home against a good Tennessee team. Certainly not on the road against.
And I love Jeff Lebby.
Yeah, absolutely. He's the right hire for them. Like he's not there for long, probably. There are way better jobs than this.
He'll get somebody this year they're not supposed to get.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're going to win a game.
Yes,
they're
they
not
will.
favored in.
Absolutely,
it will happen.
Yep. Well, another one, because you could argue the Arizona State game was won.
Yeah, that's his signature. That's his first signature for sure. But he'll get one, I guess, in league play.
Right, league play.
He'll get one in league play. He'll get an SEC team. They're 0-11 now, or 12, something like that, against SEC teams in Levy's tenure. So they're going to wind up getting one that they'll get one. They'll definitely win one, and I bet they'll also get one they're not supposed to get.
Yeah. And last game, there's not much to talk about there, but if you're a Florida State fan, you're happy. Weirdly, Virginia, number 24, Virginia holds off Louisville 30-27. So
Florida State fans
Louisville
fans. Yeah,
I know.
Louisville win that game,
right?
And they almost pulled it off.
Maybe Virginia is better than we're giving credit for. I mean, it's still early to tell, and that conference is so hard to know who's good or who's just mediocre. But I don't know. Keep an eye on him. That's another coach that if he keeps playing well, get that program going with this Morris kid. They could find another several wins in there. I mean,
the way they play offense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Way Morris plays. And ACC seems like it's a team that is top heavy with Miami and Florida State, maybe. And
just another tier down.
Right, for sure. And then a whole shit ton of 7-8 win teams.
Absolutely. Right.
A whole
including
7, 8. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. All those guys. Yeah.
NC State.
Yep.
Just a bunch of 7-8 win ball clubs.
100%. All right. So, how'd we do? Did we make any moolah?
We actually did.
Oh, look at us. So,
how about that?
Reset. Chris found that about 70% of the time, SEC home teams win. And so, to see if that's real, if you can make any money off of it, he put $147 in an account, and we're putting X amount, or however much amount on all the SEC home games, right? So if Tennessee's playing at Kentucky, Tennessee's probably going to win that game, but we're betting on Kentucky just because of the percentage. Doesn't matter what the matchup looks like, right? It's just home team only, period, right. Black and white. And so after last week, we were down about $25?
$20, yeah, $25.
Yeah. And then this week we went 4-0, and we had a big win finally.
Yeah,
signature win.
What we've been looking for all year.
Yeah,
was that one to put us well over the top. Yeah, we're minus $22 and some change coming into this weekend. And this weekend we go 4-0. We get A&M over Mississippi State, Bama over Vandy, UF over Texas, which is the big one. That won us $70.50. Then Georgia over Kentucky, which won us $1.50.
Oh, righteous buck.
Yeah, so we can go buy a bottle of water or something like that. So won $84.79 as far as total winnings.
Okay.
So that puts us to $207.23 in the account, which is plus $60.23. So we were 21-7 coming into the weekend, 75% winning percentage. We go 4-0. So that makes us 25-7, 78.1%. winning percentage.
And we're halfway through the season.
The math is mathing. That's what I did over 5 years.
Right.
1 year could be an anomaly.
That's true.
5 years, you are what you are.
It is what it is, right?
But when it past shows, what you run into is the amount of wins we have that equal to 70%. The winnings off those wins were not offsetting the losses of the $20 or $25, whatever I bet.
Right.
Like this UGA UK game, it goes toward the 70% winning percentage, but you win $1.50.
Right.
Well, I bet $30 a game.
This is where the money line is not where you're making money.
Yeah, right. So you lost $29 on a game, but you won.
Yes. Right.
So yeah, it's not perfect, but so far with that Florida win, and we're going to be able to bet on 6 games this weekend coming up.
Yeah.
And with 207 in the bank, that means we could put $34.50 per game into it. And we're looking to go 4-2, 5-1.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for just the math to work out.
We need like Mizzou to win.
We need Mizzou or Auburn. There's only 2 underdogs this week on their home fields. That's Missouri and Auburn hosting Georgia.
Yes.
And we'll talk about that on the preview shows. Yes. But we right now in a sneak preview, we need one of those upsets.
Yes.
We need one of those upsets to happen. I love Mizzou upset.
If there's one to pick, it's that one.
Yeah. I don't think Auburn's good enough to beat her, but we'll talk about that.
All right. Well, that's it for this recap for this week. I'm Brian. This is Chris. Help We Know Podcast. We'll talk to you soon.
Yep.